children in the streets of Birkenhead. For them, the prospects are bleak. Last year, 6 out of 7 school leavers couldn't get a job. Many have turned to heroin as an escape. For others, young and old, coping with unemployment means living off what the rest of us throw away. They're among the 13,000 out of work in Birkenhead. People who feel their prospects of work are so poor, they're on the scrap heap. It wasn't always so. Birkenhead once thrived. May 1950, the then Queen Elizabeth visited Birkenhead. It was a celebration of the town's industrial might. Camel Laird's built Birkenhead, and in 1950 their shipyard employed 17,000 men. Shipbuilding went into decline, and so did the town it had created. Shipyards and docks, which once employed 30,000, now provide work for less than 2,000. Today, even those jobs are threatened. Laird's today. Only 2 projects remain in the yard, and there are no orders on the books. The destroyer HMS Edinburgh leaves for sea trials this week. An offshore rig for British Gas is due to leave soon after. And this summer, 1,000 men will finish too. Among the latest casualties is a foreman scaffolder who had charge of 50 men, Alan Dawson.
We worked approximately 200 foot up in the air. It was a really a good effort from the whole department to do it. Then, after the Southern Explorer went, we then had to stage out another rig, which again was a high job, and new techniques of staging, which the department done, myself and other foremen. And then, after doing all this, to do everything that Camel Laird's requested you to do, and the men within the department, so we just handed a letter one night and told to leave the yard by the end of the week. It's just incredible. My job was a strenuous job. I had to do an awful lot of climbing. You know, I started to find it a bit hard, and I thought this was through lack of proper exercise, so I joined the gym in order to maintain a certain standard of fitness too, which I think was required by my job.
At the seaside in North Wales, Alan, his wife and 2 youngest daughters enjoy a week's holiday booked before the axe fell at Camel Laird's. Before he can afford another, Alan will have to find work. He knows from family experience how hard that is likely to be.
I've got a brother-in-law who's unemployed. I've got a brother who's unemployed. I've got a father-in-law who's unemployed. They can't find work. One of them's been unemployed for 4 years, has looked everywhere. He's even got a bike and he's gone looking for work on his bike, but he can't find it anywhere. Come on, Lucy. Come on, Randy, come down. I think the only way I'm going to get a job as good as the one I had is to work abroad. I think it will affect my family life. I would miss the children. I've got 2.5-year-old and a 4-year-old and an 11-year-old. You know, I think I'd miss them greatly. Oh, then there's the dole. Well, there's a dole who's living on the breadline all the time. I can see us running out of money. We won't be able to pay the bills. We won't be able to do what we've been used to in the past years. And this will lead to tension and arguments, and, you know, we could end up splitting up, I suppose. If I was on the dole and I'd seen that my family were not being adequately dressed, adequately fed, given a decent standard of living, I would work on the side without divulging it, without any hesitation whatsoever.
What are the drawbacks to doing that?
The drawbacks are if you get caught, you probably get dole stopped, or you could get sent to prison. But I think I am willing to take that chance because I am willing to work. They are defrauding me of the right to work.
4 years ago, Mickey was in the same position as Alan is today. At 30, he'd worked all his life in ship repair, winning promotion to charge hand and leading a team of riggers. He remembers the crisis which unemployment caused.
You know, I just couldn't believe how I got the check on it Friday, or when I woke up Monday. I just couldn't believe he had nothing to do. So I just started going out, going to the pub, getting drunk in the afternoon. Every time I woke up, I just felt depressed all the time. You know, it's just walking around the house, smoking. Oh, I'm getting out of here. And the first place I could go was the pub. I felt like the beer was my shield. Things just got that bad that she threw me out. I just had to move house.
Dot had been married to Mickey for 8 years when the dole changed their life.
I couldn't stand. He was drinking all the time and he was round all the time, and down when it just started going downhill. You know, from when he came out of work, just steadily went downhill, and that was it. I just couldn't stand anymore. I used to pack up and go, stay for about a week or two, and then I had to come back, you know, because of the kids, because nobody's going to put you up with 4 kids, are they? Terrible. Used to get up in a bad mood, scream and shout at the kids. Used to rob my purse, go out on a beer with that, or rob the electric meter. And I had to pay all the bills. I mean, as far as he was concerned, you know, all the bills were in my name. So he'd rob the money, but I'd still have to pay it.
How bad was it?
Terrible. I mean, I felt like running away, you know, without the kids.
As his redundancy money ran out, Mickey, still out of work, turned to crime to buy his drink.
Got me took to court 4 times. Got me put in jail once.
And was that when you decided things were going to change?
Not really. Because when I come out of jail, I'm still doing the same. Until one day some fella said, "You're coming over the tip for an hour."
Bidston Moss Tip, Birkenhead. People come here to find clothes for their families, furniture for their homes, or scrap they can sell. We even found one man getting his food. This is the frontier between the haves and have-nots. The boundary between 2 Britons is marked by a row of rubbish skips. From here, lorries deliver the things society rejects to people who believe society has rejected them. 10 years ago, only a handful of routers visited the tip. Today, that handful has become 100.
Oh, I was only there for about half an hour, and now when I come out, couldn't take it. You know, you've got to wait by a skip and dive in if you see anything. You know, it just wasn't me.
You have to watch for your shed.
But then I just gradually went over and over and over. Just got used to it.
What was the hardest part about doing it?
Oh, it's more or less you're degrading yourself going on there. You know, you're picking things up which you'd never dream of doing if you was working or had the money to go out and buy it. You know, you just wouldn't do it.
Do you still think it's degrading?
Up to a certain extent, yeah, but there's nothing else you can do. It's either go over there, have a laugh over there, sit over there for a few hours, or just go out and rob some poverty.
Come on, mate, go now.
For Mickey, the tip provided a way of escaping from the pressures of unemployment which had wrecked his marriage. 4 years after their divorce, he and Dot remarried.
It all happened about 3 months ago. Just started coming back down about 3 months ago. Just started talking. Whenever I could, started taking her out. And I just said, "Should we get married again and try it again?" She said, "Yeah." So we just went out and got married. And we're going to try again now.
Did going on the tip play a part in that?
Yeah.
Cheers, all the best. All the best, everyone.
Mind a bun, you need knocked a bun off. Who doesn't like that?
Oh, it's helped me to put myself together over there. Because it's very seldom I drink now. Very seldom. I might touch out on a bit of gold over there or a bit of silver. I'll go and weigh that in, which, you know, very seldom happens, like, but I'll go and weigh that in. Then with that money, I'll go out for a drink.
Hey, and a glass of lager. A glass of lager.
You naughty boy!
I know for a fact now, I can wake up tomorrow, I won't be under their feet, I'll just be out, I'll just go over there all day. At least I'm not stuck in the house. Because that's how arguments begin. When you're together all the time, 24 hours a day. I'll just wake up in the morning about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and choose over there. Come home about 12, something to eat. It's just like a job to me. Back out, come in at 6, get in the bath, just sit in there and watch the telly. Well, look, I said, I've just been out, done 8 hours work, come on. The only trouble is they don't get paid for it.
Public health officials warn of the dangers of injury and disease. But what really frightens the tip people is the law. Many mask their faces while we film. Some fear the social security who can stop a man's benefit if they suspect that he's selling what he finds. Sorting through rubbish is against the law. So is crossing the railway line which borders the tip. And if the routers take anything away, they are, in the eyes of the law, stealing from the council.
You don't think it's criminal at all?
No, I don't. It's breaking the law, I know that, but I don't think it's criminal. It's stupid, isn't it? It's criminal, the things people throw out that other people can use. I reckon that's criminal. But with me carrying it off, I don't think I'm a criminal for doing that.
What do the police do if they catch people?
Well, they take you down, they charge you, lock you up for a couple of hours, let you out, then you go to court. Then you get, you know, say a stiff fine, £50, maybe £100.
Has that happened to you?
It's happened to me. Well, I've been up twice and I'm expecting to go up again now. This is my third time.
How do you get the money to pay the fine?
You just got to start paying it out the door. It's just stupid, isn't it? Why fine a person when he hasn't got it in the first place? Well, I don't pay him, I just take the alternative. I just go right home to Wirral.
To where?
Wirral. So you get £50 fine, I just go over there and do 14 days. Come out, I still go back over there.
What would it take to stop you going there?
A job. A good job.
I go early in the morning, mate, for me paint. I'm a bit of a painter. I like painting the house and doing this and doing that. I get half a tin of brilliant white gloss. I can't go and pay £3 or £4 for a tin, so I got half a tin here, half a tin there, mix them up, get me a bit of wood there for me sheds and things like that for the house. I've had wall panelling off there, no wall panelling for inside the house. I've had all kinds, carpets, Otherwise, what would I be living on? Floorboards. Well, it's sad. It's... For bits and pieces, you're working. You're grafting hard. I mean, you throw emptying bags out full of rubbish. Potato peelings, what for? An old rally pan. Go and make yourself about £3 a week. What's that? But you've got to live. Well, I'm only existing. I'm existing. I've had some good stuff up there, yes, I'll admit, but it's in my house. I couldn't afford to go and pay £18 for a pair of shoes on my money. I couldn't afford to go and get a shirt, £3 or £4. That means saying my kids are going to do without food for another couple of days. No chance. I'll go to tip and take my chance. So. That's it, look. Hey, Bonds, come on, Bonds, son. Come on. Where you been? You've been over that blooming tip, have you?
Ivor takes a bigger gamble than most. With a prison record behind him, he fears the courts will not treat him leniently.
Dad, get this book off me now when I've got no more Christmas stuff.
I could face prison. I could face prison by going on there now. A lot of people could get fined. But with my record, I'm facing prison. Well, what would it be? 3 months, 6 months? But still time. Then the family's upset. Everything goes AY then. So, that's where I'm taking a chance. 3 months, 6 months in prison. And, you'd have to be good to catch me. Which they could do, most probably will now, like. They go out for Anderson now. I've had a few bob in my life, but it's gone. Well, it's mad. There's no other chance now of getting on my feet now. Once you start going downhill, you start going downhill, and that's it. And once you're down, they kick you, keep you down. I got done for shoplifting a box of chocolates. Box of chocolates. I'm going back, about 2 years ago. And it was only through the kid. The kid picked it up and I said, hey, give it down. It's a week gone past it then. Someone put it in my pocket, bang. What did I get? Got £25 fine. I ended up doing prison, 14 days for it. I couldn't pay the £25. 14 days ago. For a lousy box of chocolates. I said it was for the wife. She was going to give me a go along over it.
You found better things thrown away up there?
I find things very bad. Very bad nowadays. Go for a drink, you got to go and bum a drink. And that's hard to say that. I go in with a pan, I'm looking around these fellas that are working, throwing tenors around, and I'm saying, bumming like that. That was my life years ago.
A Birkenhead cemetery where children and the young unemployed congregate. The tip provides one way out for some of the unemployed. For others, there's a more dangerous escape. Birkenhead's idle youth have been fertile ground for the pushers who sell heroin, known locally as smack. In just 2 years, the heroin trade amongst the young has reached epidemic proportions. At night, teenagers gather in this graveyard to smoke the drug. The evidence lies in dead fires and silver foil, the telltale signs of heroin addiction. On a council estate, mothers talk about the heroin problem.
Well, I think most of it's boredom. Exactly like from the eldest lad when I asked him why. He said, I'm bored, what's there to do? So comes down now to another one leaving school. He's going to do 12 months, he'll be 17. What's going to happen to him then once he's finished that scheme? What's he going to start doing then? When he's bored? This is when it starts, isn't it? He's going to come on the dole. You don't know whether he's going to go on the heroin like me eldest lad, because it seemed to be the same thing with him. Once he finished that government scheme, that was it. Once he was 17, that was it, all the trouble started.
At 19, David is out of work. For 18 months, he was a heroin addict.
When I first heard about it, I didn't want to know, but then I was taking other drugs and I was just trying anything. And it was out of boredom. There was no work and it was something to fill my time. I get up of a morning, there'd be nothing to do. And I'd be just walking the streets, and it'd be the same every day. Because I was into the drugs, I was getting into too much trouble. So I packed that in to go up to Scotland to get off the drugs. But with it being here, and so easy to get, I knew that I'd keep getting it.
But couldn't you just stay away from the people who had it?
Well, they just do it everywhere, and it's about 80 to 90% of people in this area are on drugs. And it's all you hear all the time, people talking about drugs, where to get it from, how much they've had. It's just talking about drugs all the time.
I just didn't think it was so widespread until I got involved with my own son, and I realised how widespread it was and how easy it was to get hold of. But before then, I thought it was just other people that sort of thing happened to. It was a bit closed my ears and my eyes to it all, really, until it happened to me.
Yeah. It's as though the town has deteriorated, and now the kids are slowly but surely deteriorating with it.
Yeah.
You know, we're all on hooks, worrying about camelades. I mean, if that goes, it will just be a ghost town.
Yeah.
A ghost town, you know. I mean, you go down to Birkenhead now, and there's nothing there, nothing at all, because all the factories and that have been closed down. The kids are, like you say, all on the dole.
Yeah.
I mean, where do they go from here? Just where do they go?
So where really is that?
No. And this is why they turn to the heroin. You know, when you think about it, looking back to when we were young, if you only knew then what it would be like now, it makes you wonder whether you would have had the kids.
Yeah.
Because I certainly wouldn't like to be young in this day and age.
When they're on the smack, they don't take any notice of anybody.
Oh, I know
really.
that.
My son had to go to Scotland to try and get away from the drugs. He's been back a week, but I don't hold out much hope, because he said he's practically given to temptation a couple of times, and he's only been back a week.
I'm not with the same mates what I was with smoking the drugs. He's an old mate from school, and we just talk about anything.
David has just come back from drying out in Scotland. His first priority is a journey to the Social Security Office to claim his dole. But with time on his hands, his biggest problem will be staying off heroin in a town where everybody talks about drugs.
She's getting done for the... Nicky's mum is getting done for doing a deal with him. So they're all protesting. Why should she get done? Well, I can't get back onto my old job, or I can't get into a college. Don't think there's no hope at all of anything. No jobs or nothing.
Then what?
Then I'll most probably, through boredom and other things like that, I'll most probably go back onto the heroin.
What is it? Number B. Just go in.
What will happen then?
Well, I'll most probably start the robbing again, get into trouble, and I'll most probably end up in prison. No, I've just moved down from Scotland, and I come in yesterday. Yeah.
For David, Ivor and Mickey, the attempt to escape from the drudgery of unemployment has driven them to the edge of society. This month, 2,000 school leavers will join them, chasing a decreasing number of jobs. In places like Birkenhead, losing the industries of the past and failing to find the employers of the future, more people are going to the scrap heap.